You better start doing better. Otherwise, you're going to prison. And let me just tell you what's going to happen in prison. It would be nice if you go to prison, everybody leaves you alone. You're just doing your time, but people are not going to be leaving you alone. You're young, and I'm telling you truth. You are going to be sold for a pack of cigarettes or some extra dessert. That's what happens at the prison sometime. And this persona that you're giving me now, that's not going to help you at the prison. At 2024 CR 1943, State of Texas versus Isaac Chavez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Doug Campbell for Mr. Chavez.
All right. Are you Mr. Chavez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Chavez, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney?
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, 4 grams to 400 grams? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication in the DOEP course. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours community service restitution. Did you understand that was a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offers states exhibit 1 in all evidence.
No objection.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge. Isaac was 18 years old when this incident occurred. He's now 20 years old. I think he's wiser for the events that happened. As the court probably saw, he was shot twice because of this. He was almost at the end of his deferred, or is at the end of his deferred. We're going to hear in just a moment. And he would like to do the TAP evaluation out in the world. He almost, but for this incident, was successful in completing that deferred adjudication.
All right, who is Dynasty Chavez?
That's my cousin.
And how old is she?
Now she's 18, I believe.
And who is Roxanne Chavez?
That's Dynasty's mother, Matia.
And how old is she?
Can't tell you for sure. Maybe early 30s.
If you're finding this story captivating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more gripping true crime content. Your support means a lot. Thank you.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's a good thing. How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school.
So what are you doing with your life other than picking up felonies?
As of right now, I was just working at Willie's, a restaurant. I was a server. I was
Okay,
just working where I can. With the felony, it doesn't really allow me to do much.
I'm sorry?
With the felony, it doesn't really allow me to do much. So I just work where I can.
Well, it sounds like you need to try to go to a trade school and do something else. I've had clients before who have been welders and they've had felonies. You just have to let them know up front what your charges are and how you've changed if you have changed. If you haven't changed, of course, nobody's going to take a chance on you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court will do. There's a $500 fine. That would be probated. There's to be no contact with Dynasty. And that's spelled like the television show, Chavez, or Roxanne Chavez. Who do you live with?
My grandfather,
What's his name?
Alfred Chavez.
I'm sorry?
Alfred Chavez.
All right, and where are your parents?
My mom, she's here in the courtroom with me right now, but I don't know who my dad is.
Okay. Where's your mom? All right. All right, thank you. There's the regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. 4 years deferred adjudication. 120 hours of community service restitution. That will be deemed completed if you obtain a certificate, get in someone's trade school. It's okay to work at Wendy's. We need people to work at Wendy's, but if that's what you want to do with the Willie's, all right.
Not fast food, regular restaurant.
All right, thank you. If that's what you want to do, working at Willie's, that's fine. We need people to work at restaurants. But if you want to do something other than your life than work there, or you have dreams about doing other things, you probably need to go to a trade school, or either you can go to college. Once you complete that, your community service hours will be deemed satisfied, or you can do community service hours. It's completely up to you. I would recommend, though, that you go to a trade school, become a plumber. Even though that requires a license, you'll just need to tell them about your history and tell them how you improved, and maybe they'll give you your license. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. How long will a tap in custody take? How long out of custody?
A month to 2 months.
All right. What drugs have you been using in the past?
In the past, I was using marijuana and Xanax.
All right. So we'll do a referral to felony drug court. That'll happen while he's in custody. Since today is Monday, they'll get to you before the week is out. If he's not accepted into felony drug court, then we can do the TAP evaluation out of custody. And what I'll do then is 60 sober meetings in 60 days. And probation, if you could keep track and make sure that if he's not accepted in felony drug court, they take care of the TAP evaluation. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. With regards to your grandfather, who all lives with him?
Oh, it's just me, him, and my brother.
All right. And how old is your brother?
He's 18 now.
All right. He is to reside with his grandfather, Alfred Chavez. You're not allowed to leave that residence and reside somewhere else without the court's permission. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you leave that residence and reside somewhere else without the court's permission, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, they want the DOEP course. That course is don't use drugs. It fries your brain. But I'm still going to give it to you because obviously you need it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Okay.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful on this probation? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. In order to be successful on this probation, because you're on probation here, you got to communicate and stay in contact with people. So if there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'm sorry, back on the record in that cause number, this is run concurrent with 2022 CR 1798. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 1798. Are you proceeding with the motion to revoke?
Yes, Your Honor, he was going to be turned on Saturday.
All right. Probation, is that your recommendation to terminate him unsatisfactorily?
Yes, sir.
All right, on that probation, then you will be terminated unsatisfactorily. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Court is calling 2024 CR 1943, State of Texas versus Isaac Chavez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Doug Campbell for the defense, ready.
And are you Isaac Chavez?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Isaac Chavez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 1943 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 2, 4 to 200 grams on April 15, 2024 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
On or about the 22nd day of June 2024 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Isaac Chavez committed the offense of evading arrest or detention of the vehicle in violation of condition number 1. Your Honor, do you want me to read all of these and then allow Mr. Chavez to give his plea
All right.
total or each one individually?
All right. Let me ask Mr. Chavez, with regards to the alleged violations of conditions, there's a violation of condition number 1, 2, 8A, 14C, 14Z, and number 34. Are you pleading true or not true to those allegations?
Not true.
To all of the allegations within the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then the defendant is pleading true to violations 1, 2, 8A, 14C, 14Z, and 34. All right, state, do you have witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state, you can call your first witness.
He calls Angeline Nicholas.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Angeline Nicholas,
All right, state.
Ms. Nicholas, how are you currently employed?
with Bear County Adult Probation.
And what do you do with Bear County Adult Probation?
Supervise cases,
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear.
sorry. I supervise cases, make sure that they're following the conditions.
There is a microphone in front of you. If you would put it up using the microphone so the reporter can hear it.
Sorry.
Do you supervise a person named Isaac Chavez?
I do.
Now, on June 22nd of 2024, did Mr. Chavez make an admission to you regarding his use of alcohol?
On June 24th of 2024, that's when I met with him, but he did admit that it happened on June 27th, yes.
And when you say it happened, you mean that he consumed alcohol?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Chavez had a number of conditions of his supervision. Among them was to complete one AA meeting per day for 60 days.
Yes.
According to your supervision of Mr. Chavez, how many AA meetings per day did he complete?
It was more so one per week.
And how many in total?
8.
Did Mr. Chavez provide proof of employment or SSI within 30 days of his release?
No.
Has he provided any proof of employment?
No.
Did he register for or attend a drug offender education program?
No verification has been provided.
Now, did you give him a referral for a drug offender education program?
Yes.
Did he provide any documentation that he registered for it or attended?
No.
Any further questions?
Oh, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. State, call your next witness.
He calls Officer Ramos.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give would be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
I recently got married, so technically my name is Brianna Gonzalez.
I object.
Yeah, so
All right.
I know my name still says I just got married on the 9th, so
All right, congratulations.
thank you.
All right, state.
How are you currently employed?
I'm employed as a police officer with the Leon Valley Police Department.
On June 22nd, 2024 at approximately 7 a.m. Were you dispatched to a particular incident?
I observed a car, on Huebner Road, just on the street. The light was green, but the car was parked, or it seemed to be parked. I don't know if the driver's foot was on the brake or if it was in park, but they were stalled in the middle of the road as if they were parked.
And can you briefly describe this vehicle?
The vehicle was a Lexus, four-door vehicle.
So upon seeing this vehicle, what did you do?
Well, because of the notes in the system, I activated my red and blue lights, and I got behind the vehicle to initiate a traffic stop.
Did you get out of the vehicle, out of your vehicle?
I did not get out of my vehicle at that time, no.
And what reaction, if any, did the operator of that Lexus have to you activating your patrol vehicle's emergency overhead lights?
Initially, the operator of that vehicle did nothing. When my partner got out of the car, along with another officer that also pulled up to that traffic stop, they both got out of the car. I was about to get out of the car, but then the vehicle suddenly drove forward and it stopped in the middle of the intersection of Huebner and Bandera Road.
What happened next?
What happened after that is we all got back in our vehicles. We both got closer to the vehicle. Then we tried to get out again. I stayed in my car at that point. I didn't get out. And again, the two officers, the one in my vehicle and the other officer, got out to try to make contact with that person again, and that vehicle fled and evaded. So at that point, I told dispatch that I had a vehicle evading arrest.
And at that point, what did you do?
At that point, dispatch asked if I was in pursuit. I said no. So I was still behind the stopping point for that road. So I abided traffic laws and I waited for that light to turn green. That way I could turn.
Now, a short while later, did another officer communicate to you that they had detained the vehicle?
It wasn't communicated, it was observed. Because I could see it. It wasn't very far at all.
Okay. Was this vehicle the same vehicle that you earlier observed and that sped away from you?
Yes.
What did you do upon relocating?
Upon relocating to that vehicle?
Yes.
Oh, well, again, my lights were already off. So all I did was, as soon as the light turned green, I turned left onto Bandera Road and I got next to because my other officer, he had initiated a second traffic stop. He initiated his red and blue lights again on the same vehicle, and I stopped with that officer to try to initiate contact again.
And did you initiate contact with the operator of the vehicle?
Yes, eventually, because again, the other officer made that second traffic stop technically, and then we took him into custody at that point.
Did you identify the operator of that vehicle?
Yes.
How did you identify him?
We asked him for his name eventually.
And what did he say?
He said his name was Isaac Chavez. He appeared to be intoxicated.
Did you observe the odor of alcohol emitting from his breath?
Yes.
Did he admit to consuming alcohol?
Yes.
How much alcohol did he claim that he had consumed?
Initially, he claimed that he only had one drink, but upon further questioning, I asked him, okay, what did you drink? And he said he drank Modelo and Smirnoff, so it didn't make any sense.
Did you make any other observations about his physical appearance?
Yes,
What observations were those?
he appeared to have urinated on himself.
If you're still with us, make sure to like and subscribe to keep up with more shocking true crime stories. Your support helps us bring these stories to light. Don't miss out on what's next.
Is that the only other observation that you made about his physical appearance?
Other than his glossy red eyes, he appeared to have soiled himself, and the odor of alcohol on his breath. No, that was about it.
At that point, what did you do?
We formally told him he was under arrest for evading and DWI, and we read him his rights, and from there we transported him back to our our police department.
Thank you. Pass the witness.
Officer, would you agree with me that all things in life are a matter of perspective?
Not all things.
How can you be sure that Mr. Chavez saw the lights when you were behind him?
How can I be sure?
Mhm.
I mean, he's not legally blind as far as I know, so they're really hard to miss. So I can't be sure, but any reasonable person, even intoxicated, could have seen those lights.
And he pulled over immediately when the other car stopped him, right?
Well, he was actually already stopped at the red light, so he didn't technically pull over, but he didn't make any further attempts to flee at that point.
Right. And I guess that's my point. If he was just, based on what you're saying, he was asleep in the intersection, right? If he's just waking up, we're not sure he even knew you were there, right?
His eyes were open when I saw him.
Did he recognize you? Can you say that he recognized you?
I could say that he could have recognized a police officer in a police car with their lights on, yes.
Should have, but there's a chance that he didn't, right?
I'm sure, yes, there's a chance.
And during your interactions with Isaac, was he cooperative for the most part?
For the most part, yes.
And courteous
For the most part, yes.
and compliant? Once he was stopped, right?
Completely compliant, but the other questions.
Okay. And you don't know what his blood alcohol level was because you don't have the labs back yet, do you?
Well, he didn't consent to blood, actually. He initially did and then didn't. But he had a blood draw, so no, I don't know what those results are.
So you can't say with certainty that he was intoxicated.
No, I can't.
Thank you. I'll pass.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State, any other witnesses?
That's all, Your Honor.
I'll call Isaac Chavez.
All right, Isaac Chavez. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Isaac Chavez.
All right, defense.
Thank you. Isaac, we've already identified you as the same guy who's on deferred adjudication for possession case, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell the court what was going on June 22nd of this year?
The day I was
Yeah.
stopped. Oh yes, I was at a friend's house. It was just supposed to be a normal hangout, but he ended up inviting other friends. I do admit that I did have alcohol, but I was peer pressured. I was trying not to at first, but just to fit in, I fed in.
Now, just to be clear, you're 20 years old, right?
19 at the time.
19. Okay. And despite all of that, you understand that it's illegal for you to drink alcohol when you're under 21 in the state of Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
And despite all of that, you told your probation officer that you were drinking, right?
Yes, sir.
And did you see the police officer who was behind you in the intersection over in Leon Valley?
Not the person.
If you did, what would have happened?
I would have put over immediately.
And that you didn't try to run off when the second officer stopped you, right?
No.
I'm going to ask you a question. I told you I needed you to think about this. Why do you think the court should continue you on deferred adjudication?
Truthfully, it's just I do acknowledge that I made a mistake. I acknowledge that I was irresponsible. But truthfully, for the past 3 years, I've been completely sober. I've been working honest jobs, helping with my family, my grandfather. Honestly, I was on the straight road. I was doing everything right. I don't believe.
But let's focus on some of the other violations that they've alleged. You've already told the judge that you admitted to drinking, that you did drink. Why didn't you ever provide any proof of where you were living to your probation officer?
I didn't necessarily know how. I told her where I lived, and I had my ID. I didn't really know what more proof was needed.
And the 8603 Cape Valley address is on your ID?
Yes.
And they looked at that every time you went in, right?
Yes.
So you felt like you complied there.
Yes.
There's another allegation that you failed to go to Alcoholics Anonymous every day for 60 days. Did you understand that that was one of the requirements of your community supervision?
I did.
Why didn't you go every day?
I did actually go every day. I have the proof in my cell phone. I have the email sent to my probation officer. I have about 56 of them of every day that I went.
So do you take issue with the fact that she only testified that you went once a week?
I do, yes.
What did you learn, if anything, at the Alcoholics Anonymous meetings?
So let me just stop you. Where is the proof of this?
Judge, I don't have it. It's in his cell phone. I can't.
Oh, where's the cell phone? Did anybody look through his cell phone?
I did not, because I asked him to print them.
All right, you all want to step back and state, you can look through his cell phone and see if there's actually documentation that he did it. And I'm sure if he did it and it's proof there, maybe the state will waive the.
Well, it's just one, Judge. I got other ones I still got to address.
I know, but step back. Let's see if he actually did that.
We've got an opportunity to talk about your two options.
Mhm.
And I think my client would like to take the local ISF,
Okay.
if that's an option.
All right, we're back on the record. And cause number 2024 CR 1943, state waive 14C without objection. Court is finding violations of condition number 2, the consumption of alcohol true. 14C, state waived it. 34, the court will find true. 14Z, the court will find true. 8A, the court will find true. Number 1, evading arrest or detention, the court will find true. Number 1, driving while intoxicated, the court will find not true. All right, probation, my understanding in this case, you're not recommending revocation?
Judge,
I'm sorry, they are recommending revocation. All right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include probation. Since I'm denying the motion, do you recommend local ISF or state ISF? Because it appears we have alcohol issues as well.
Judge, so I did speak to defense counsel and I talked about ISF that is just going to address cognitive. However, if you do send him to state ISF, that you could order him to be substance abuse cognitive track.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's differences in the wait time in custody for both facilities. So that is something I think defense was going to address.
Well,
Somehow.
sometimes that's punishment.
Fair enough.
All right. So it's going to be state ISF. And there's to be partial GPS for employment only upon release. And I'll ask that GPS fees be waived. Probation, is there anything else?
Judge, is that going to be through the jail?
Yes.
Thank you. I think that'll be it.
All right. All other conditions will remain.
Oh, Judge, I'm sorry. Is that substance abuse cognitive track?
Yes. All right. Anything else?
No, Judge.
All right. We can go off the record. You had better start doing better. Otherwise, you're going to prison. And let me just tell you what's going to happen in prison. It would be nice if you go to prison, everybody leaves you alone. You're just doing your time, but people are not going to be leaving you alone. You're young, and I'm telling you truth. You are going to be sold for a pack of cigarettes or some extra dessert. That's what happens at the prison sometime. And this persona that you're giving me now, that's not going to help you at the prison. And maybe people will start fighting with you. Maybe sometimes somebody at the prison be like, I don't feel like fighting with him today. They may say, yeah, I feel like fighting with him today. And that's what you're going to be doing. And the fact that you're young and you're doing dumb stuff is not going to help you at the prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
This case wasn't just about one night. It was about choices and consequences. While Chavez avoided the harshest punishment, the judge made it clear that there wouldn't be another break if he messed up again. Was this the wake-up call he needed, or would he end up back in court facing even worse consequences? Let us know in the comments.
Thank you for joining us in uncovering the chilling details of this case. If this story has left you disturbed or reflective, please share your thoughts and reflections. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay with us as we continue to explore the stories that reveal the darkest sides of human behavior. Together, we keep these lessons alive, ensuring the voices of victims are never forgotten. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe or follow.